All right, guys, today we got another Tesla video reaction. We're checking out a clip from CNBC. So don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out. It's a new channel. We're trying to grow to 1,000 subs. So please hit that like button. Comment below your thoughts. People have been doing that and it's been great. People that know about Tesla, that are into the stock, that are into finance, please leave comments in the comment section. Trying to grow this community over here of Tesla fans and finance and stock fans. So please like, and let's check this one out. Let's see how far ahead Tesla is.
They're still buying Teslas. Oh, yeah, by an overwhelming
Oh,
number of vehicles that are out there. 60% of the
60.
EVs that were sold in the first half of this year, according to Motor Intelligence, were
Okay,
Teslas.
wow.
By the way,
let me pause this for a sec. 60% Teslas, 6.9% Hyundai, Kia, 6.5 GM, 5.3 Volkswagen, and 4.6 for Ford. Wow, tiny numbers compared to Tesla's 60%. And what did Mary Barra say? They want to catch up to Tesla by 2025 in an interview on, I think it was CNBC. I got to get that clip. I have to get that clip and show it. She said that they're going to pass Tesla by 2025. And everyone in the Tesla community laughed at her. Oh my God, what a joke. How do you think you're going to pass them? Like, I know that's probably just a lie for her, for the Tesla and for the GM board and the investors. She doesn't want to spook the investors. But to say you're going to pass them is so crazy. That means you have to build out three or four factories. There's not even enough time to do that. It just didn't make any sense. Anyway, all right, let's keep watching.
most of them are Model Y or Model 3. In fact, over half of the EV sales in the first half of this year were Model 3 or Model Y, about 56%. In the first half, Tesla increased its sales by 29.7%. So you're looking at a company right now that continues to grow. Its gap between them and the next closest is more than 300.
Tesla's first half of U.S. sales up 29% versus last year. Wow, so we're up 29% from last year. That's huge growth.
1,000 vehicles. So as you take a look at shares of Tesla, yes, this has helped the company's stock move higher over the last several weeks. The fact that they've had some strong demand, but it's really about gross auto margins. And we'll find out what they were for the second quarter on July 19th when the company reports after the bell. You mentioned Rivian. What a day for Rivian. Really, what a month for Rivian. This stock has exploded. You talk about Wedbush and the fact that they have raised the price target from 25 to 30 on stronger production. The R1T is now the best-selling electric pickup truck in the United States. Well, easily outselling Ford's F-150 Lightning. And speaking of Ford, as well as General Motors, they both had price target increases today from Morgan Stanley. But both of those companies, Eamon, when you look at where they are in their EV production, yeah, there was some downtime at Ford. They had some issues with a battery fire investigation with the F-150 Lightning earlier this year. And GM has increased production, but both of them have been very slow in the ramp-up of EV production. And that is one reason why people look at EVs right now and they say, I see Teslas everywhere. I'm starting to see more Rivians. Where are the GM and the Ford models? We're just not seeing.
Everyone thought for years, not everyone. Okay, the mainstream people thought that. I even talked to one of my dad's friends about this. He thinks that Ford and GM can just kind of, when they're ready, they could just take over, when they could flip a switch. It's not going to happen like that. The Ford CEO said it's very difficult. He's adamant and he's honest. I like that he's honest about it. It's very difficult to ramp, very difficult to change the direction of these companies, these legacy automakers. It's not just building out factories and starting to build their electric cars. There's so much more to that. There's the politics, there's the outdated system, there's the meetings, we've all heard Sandy Munro talk about it, right? How he talks about he used to work at Ford and GM and how long it would take to implement say they had a new idea for something more efficient. It would take 3 to 5 years to get that part into the next car. For Tesla, it's just like that. Like the model. So I've even seen people say the Model Y and 3 haven't changed. The inside changes, constantly getting better, constantly improving, constantly removing parts and processes out of it, and it's getting more efficient and it's getting better. But you just can't see it from the outside, but the inside is constantly changing.
Seeing a ton of them right now. You actually see a lot of Hyundais out there. They're number 2 in terms of market share.
Yeah, a lot of those guys way behind. And Tesla not afraid to scoop up market share by cutting prices. I wonder if you're going to see more Tesla price cuts in the future. It's sort of a controversial strategy earlier this year. Seems to have paid off, right, in terms of that market share that you're just pointing to. But is there a point where you start to cut into profits too much if you cut those prices?
We'll find out on July 19th. Look, the gross auto margins are expected to come down. They were 19.5% in the first quarter. Most are saying they're going to come down 1% or 2% in the second quarter. At least that's the conjecture that's out there among analysts. And that's because of the price cuts. But the biggest...
Yeah, but they're still like 3 to 4 times higher than everyone else. Okay. Oh, let me show you this before we finish the video. I want to show you... this is Ford's, what's it called? This is Ford's margins here. Okay, so pay attention to the bottom right of the screen, the EBITDA margin. Okay, so this is how much margins they make on their electric vehicles. This is negative margins. This isn't they make 39% like margins on their vehicles. They make negative 39, and then in the last quarter, they're negative 102%. So they're losing 102% on every sale of these electric cars. So it doesn't. So if Tesla drops another percent on their 19% margins, the other guys are way, way behind. And imagine if Tesla drops 5% and cuts prices, or drops 10% and cuts prices. If they drop 10%, they'll still be at a 9% profit. And Ford is at minus 102. So it's so ridiculous how far ahead Tesla is. These are the numbers and these are the things that we know about and that is going to benefit us, right? As stock investors, as individual stock investors. Like, we can see all this stuff, and those guys on the news and the mainstream and even like institutional investors aren't looking at stuff like this. So this is a huge opportunity for us. I've been buying Tesla stock nonstop since 2018. Every time I get paid from YouTube, I buy more stock every single time, no matter what the price is, up or down. It doesn't matter. This will be nothing in 10 years. The 280, whatever it's at now, will be cheap in 10 years. So this is the type of thing that this channel is about, right? Like, we focus in on these issues that the news guys aren't talking about. Because Tesla could drop their margins 15%, they could drop their price way down, $20,000 for a Model Y, and just blow everyone out the water, and they'd still make money. So let's finish this video from Phil. Phil's pretty knowledgeable though. I kind of like Phil. Sometimes it's up and down with Phil, but most of the time he's been good lately.
Impact with those price cuts, Eamon, it's China. It's brutally competitive in China right now in terms of pricing. That's the biggest impact for Tesla.
And they just
Not
put
as
a
much
floor
here in the United States, but though we are seeing some.
And they just put a floor on prices in China, right? The government teamed up with the Chinese automakers and said no more price cuts.
Supposedly.
Oh, Phil's not
you know
buying
how this
it.
works, Eamon. There's supposed to be a floor there, and then we hear there's reports a day later that some of the companies are juicing the market a little bit.
We'll see.
I'm always a little bit skeptical of these agreements.
Okay, cool. So Phil's not really buying it. That's interesting. He didn't.
And then
he doesn't really. He doesn't think that's gonna stick. That's very interesting. Okay, so yeah, they put a floor on like the pricing. Like, you can't go too low, but it's just like it's not a binding agreement. It's just like, guys, try not to, like, play nice. But it is China, so yeah, so that was cool. All right, guys, so don't forget, before you go, please leave a like on the video. That helps more people see the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let's hit another milestone. Let's hit 200 subscribers on this channel. Leave a comment of your thoughts. I want to know. I want to hear what you think of this. Are you investing in Tesla? Like, what's your portfolio like? Are you long-term? Are you short-term? Let me know all that stuff. Let's build this community out. It's brand new, so it's going to be exciting. So yeah, I'll see you next time.